Welcome to True Tempo. It's Tuesday once again, and this time around I am not trying out some funky tech. I'm playing something very rock solid, and it is what I believe is the best tempo deck as it stands right now. I think this changes. This can change almost every week, depending on the metagame movements. But as it stands, this is a deck that is playing Delver and Bowmasters, which is, if you notice, if you saw the deck I recommended for Eternal Weekend North America, it's different in those aspects. That was also a Grixis deck that I recommended, but it was base Izzet. It was a lighter splash than what I have here. And I played Tamiyo's. Um, so it was basically Izzet splash collapse. And I had a single spell bomb as well in the main. And then I had in the two drop slot, I had one hearse and a cutter. But I also added those cards because Tamiyo doesn't attack well. So kind of to up the density of threats. But I feel like now is a time where Delver is just the right one drop. I'm gonna show you the metagame for the last 2 weeks, and so the decks where I want Delver more than I want Temio is against Reanimator. It's also against Izzet Cutter, which I think this is mostly representing when it says Izzet Delver. Most of these lists are with Cutter. And against like Temio is also fine, but it's quite similar. But I mean, uh, yeah, it's kind of a wash. But okay, I'm gonna take it back. It's kind of a wash. They're both good, and because the thing is, in the mirror, you exchange resources so much that in some games it's gonna be better to have a Temio because you can crack your clues, but in other games you're not gonna have the mana and time to do that, and just attacking is better, kind of more efficient. So it really depends on the games, but I think it's kind of a wash here. Against Mystic Forge, I definitely prefer Delver because we don't necessarily have the time to be utilizing Temio, cracking clues, etc. But attacking and getting the advantage of their Ancient Tomb damage is really good. Against Eldrazi, same deal, exactly the same deal. I want to be attacking. Tamio is kind of too slow. Tamio is a grindy card. Against Mono Red, same deal. I'm gonna establish a threat and counter their big plays. Against Breakfast, it's kind of the same deal. I mean, these games can go grindy. So Tamio can be good, but basically they have a better late game. I think the matchup is favored for us, but not if we give them enough time to assemble Cavern and Nadu. So we want to put on a clock, basically. So I prefer Delver slightly over Tamio. Against Blue Painter, well, it's also an Ancient Tomb deck. Same story. I prefer Delver. Against Dimir Tempo, well, here's the big one where I prefer Tamio because they have Bowmasters. So that's kind of the concession. Against Sneak and Show, I also prefer Delvis. It's also an Ancient Tomb deck, and we want to be attacking their life total. Tamio is fine, no doubt, but I slightly prefer Delver. We don't necessarily have the time to be cracking clues. Against Oops, I mean, it's really not what the game is about. You want some kind of threat, but it's not really important which one. You just want counter spells and some threat to finish the game. I think both of them will do the trick. So Yeah, that's, I mean, the case is pretty strong for Delver, I think. And then Bowmasters, well, Band Nadu and Breakfasts seem quite popular after Eternal Weekend. And since Isid Delver is also becoming more and more popular, that's a lot of decks where I want Bowmasters. Bowmasters is also fine to good against Reanimator. It's a bit slow, but if you get to it, they don't have a lot of removal, so it's very very good. Better than, I think, better than Cutter, but it's close because attacking their life total is also pretty important. And what else to say? In this build, I'm playing 2 spell bombs over the third and fourth Bauble. That makes Chandler less aggressive, of course, but yeah, it covers a lot of ground in the sense that it's both good against Reanimator, but actually also against the mirror, like Chandler Nethergoyf mirrors, and against the Loam-Pax deck, which is gaining some traction after the top 8 of Eternal Weekend. So I think it's definitely worth it. It's a great card. Snuff Out, I think, is awesome. In Tempo, I I would love to trigger some Core Steel Cutters with it, but I prefer the Bowmasters here. But against any kind of Nadu deck, this is awesome, and against Tamio and Murktide as well. I would love to have a second copy in the board, but I chose to go with the Dread of Night, and the tiebreaker is Core Steel Cutter because it's so good against the Cutter. But if I didn't have to think about that, if it was only like Nadu decks and the Ocelot Pride decks, I think I would prefer the second Snuff Out because it's awesome being free. And beyond that, I have only a third Graveyard Hate card in the board, and I feel that should be enough with 2 in the main. It's I have this kind of math that may or may not be clever. That if you play 2 in the main and 1 in the board over the course of 3 games, you'll be at 8 copies. 2 in the first one, 3 in the second one. That's 2 plus 3. That's 5, and 3 in the third one. 5 plus 3. That's 8. So that gives the same amount as if you play 4 in the sideboard and 0 in the main. So with that kind of math, I think the third is okay when you have when they are quality cheap interaction. If they cost 2, then it's a different story because it's not relevant early when you need it. So maybe if I had a fourth one, it could cost 2, but it doesn't have to cost 0 or 1. And then I'm choosing to go with a bunch of consigns and Force of Negations. And this is because of all of these ancient Tomb decks. They demand. I feel like if you don't have a Force in your hand, you're really crossing your fingers. But if you have a Force, and if you can bridge into Wasteland or Consign or Daze, then these matchups are quite quite nice to play, quite positive. So yeah, without I'm not spending slots on like high impact cards like Null Rod or Pithing Needle, and just going for all of the free or the 7 free forces. And the 2 Hydroblast, I think this is to shore up the Red Stompy and Cutter matchups. I don't have a basic island, so I'm kind of soft to Blood Moon. But with plenty of forces and then some Hydroblasts, I'm hoping to be okay. And against Cutter, it's nice to have some hard removal for that card, of course. And I feel like this is a well-rounded list. Like the Blood Moon is the biggest weakness, and then Dimir Tempo, because we have 3 colors, they have 2, they have Bowmasters, and so on. So I think those 2 are tough matchups, alongside like classic tough matchups like lands, yeah, Euro Control if anyone plays that, and anyone playing deck depths will be happy to see we have no bounce. So that's the thing I sacrificed because very few people are playing deck depths. So I think that's a okay risk to take. And yeah, without further ado, let's play some games. All right, round one. And I do know this player. They are usually on a kind of cradle um, strategy, and they're a strong player. So that's cool. This hand, I mean, Bowmasters is good. I have two draw spells, two cantrips. So I'm gonna keep. Spellbound is not good, but I guess I can cycle that at some point. Who knows? Maybe they chose to go with a different deck than what they usually. But I actually think they're solid in the green camp. If not, it would really be a surprise. We both participated in the committee, in the European Legacy Masters committee. Maybe they still do. I'm not really active, like really in the periphery, but not really. Um, yeah, once upon a time. So I can wait on. Yeah, I have an upkeep stop already. I'm gonna put it in the draw step. Cradle on top. Okay. Hoping to find that land in 2 draws. And if not, maybe just brainstorm into Chandler. So, of course, I don't know what kind of green strategy Once Upon a Time and Cradle. That sounds like Court of Calling combo-ish, but it could be a number of builds. But if it's the Court of Calling build, they should have a lot of 1 toughness creatures. And guess they're thinking about Once Upon a Time if they want to play a land first. But I'm never dazing a Once Upon a Time. I'll tell you that right now. Unless I know their hand, of course, for some reason. And I know they don't have a land. Yeah, you don't see this deck a lot, but it's really strong. Like last year, it was like around a year ago. It had this vibe around it that we thought that maybe this was the best deck that not a lot of people were playing. And then I don't know, maybe it is a good deck and just few people like to play it. But when I've played against it, I feel like it's super strong. It's really extremely capable of producing the Naru combo or Crater Hoof very fast. So it's a scary deck. Of course, I mean, it doesn't maybe it has a bad Forge matchup. I can imagine so because yeah, you have to get to like Collector Oof to have any kind of good good play, and then beyond that, you're just goldfishing. At least against Reanimator, you have Endurance. I assume they run up to 4 main deck Endurance, which will be strong against me, by the way. And I'm just gonna pause the recording. Okay, we have movement. Maybe they had to take care of some real life issue. I know all about that. right where I'm sending. It's early morning. My son is sleeping in a sling below the camera, as he often does. Cradle that we knew he had on top. So, okay. They chose to play a Cradle. Did they keep a zero lander? Why do they play a Cradle as the first land? I kind of bait to get me to waste because they have several, or I don't know. I'm surprised. But of course, I'm not going to waste it because it's not producing any mana. Can I get a land? I mean, I'm okay if I can just find a land now with Brainstorm. I don't have to play Bowmasters this turn. Okay. How do I want to play this? My hand is good, so I think I'm just gonna fetch, play Chandler, and play Brainstorm. Yeah. I mean, there's a case for playing the Bowmasters end of turn, but if they play a 2 toughness creature like a Reclaimer, then I'm pretty sad, and it shouldn't change too much. I might, regardless, I might Daze their first play, and yeah, let's see. Like going from 2 to 1 and then to 2 mana is fine. The Daze is pretty sweet when I'm at two lands already. Noble, yeah. So I'm gonna Daze this. I'm gonna Brainstorm first. And yeah, that is nice to get in the graveyard, I think. Just for I have creatures enough, basically. This gets me to Delirium. Maybe, are they gonna Endurance me to pay? I mean, Endurance and then tap the Cradle when I Daze. I don't hate that if they do. Okay, sweet. Sweet indeed. So now I can bounce and waste and play Chandler. Get rid of the fetch. I don't need that. I mean, it might be like it's not bad if they make the endurance play, in the sense that I lose delirium, buy some time. Let's see. And they can be afraid of Murktide. When I've been a Murktide, it might look like I have another one. Okay. Guess I'm gonna attack first. And of course, this might not work out going for the Savannah, but the thing is they can easily have more cradles, and as long as it's not producing mana and I have plenty of removal, I feel like I can keep it under control. But that might be wrong, of course. Okay. That I can Bowmaster. Let's see if they produce more. Okay, it's kind of the same. Gonna attack first. Like, I'm wary of if they endurance me at some point to take away Delirium and make some blocks. In that case, I want, well, I don't want to give them too much info beforehand. Now they can deprive me of my token by sacking a forest, which they'll do. They have 3 mana going into their turn. So if they just have like a land drop in natural order, I could be in trouble. Like, big trouble if it's a Traxa. Yep. So right now it feels bad that I left the cradle. Maybe I was underestimating kind of the speed of my removal. The fact that actually the deal breaker is Safekeeper, because it's allowing them to have a strong cradle. I didn't keep that in mind. It is a one-off, but still. Still. If they fetch, we have theoretical lethal. Once upon a time, okay, that's not very strong. I'm just attacking with the Bowmasters, of course. I'm very happy to trade with anything. If I draw nothing, I'm gonna cycle Spellbomb. Okay. I'll be happy to draw a Wasteland or Bolt. Wow, awesome. Yeah. So how do I time this? Guess I just attack. It's not gonna make a difference. Okay, well, in that case, it's easy. Okay, this felt like I had a kind of a lucky game. Usually they do. I mean, I had a good hand, a very good hand, and they had a medium or below medium hand, so it's not so strange. So I'm afraid of endurance. from their deck. Nadu. Don't have much really. I have these spell bombs are bad. I have collapse. Hmm. Consign can counter some triggers like endurance. It's not bad. Daze on the draw is not extremely interesting. Feel like at least the first one is good swap. Maybe collapse is just too slow. I feel like but I have to be able to get rid of an endurance when I'm attacking with my flyers. So I think it's okay. I'm gonna try like this. Well, actually, Daze is extremely bad. So I'm gonna do it like this. Consign is... Well, let's see. I mean, I feel like endurance is central to their plan, so having a couple of consigns should be okay. But there will be games where it does nothing. That's kind of the risk. The same can be said for Daze. Yeah, Nadu and Endurance, you need to be able to get rid of them in some way. Don't have the black mana, but okay. And I don't have bolts, but I mean Delver Ponder Wasteland is good. Guess I'm just gonna play Delver as it stands. Hoping to find Bolt with the Ponder later on, or naturally draw the the black mana. Like one could be tempted to play Ponder there to find the black mana with a higher chance, higher risk, not risk, high chance. But I think it's important to get some pressure, and Bowmasters can wait. Any kind of removal next turn will be good. I mean, they don't really draw cards, so it's not like getting the Bowmasters early makes a big difference, except for making Cradle worse, of course. But getting the threat is pretty crucial. Okay, so they have a bunch of mana now, and I can't counter anything. Let's see what we can dig up before we make any decisions. Like, thing is, if I had a counterspell, I would be inclined to look for removal here. I mean, the question I guess is, do I go Chandler Ponder or Delver Ponder? Wasteland on these lands is not a good idea when they have Korean Ranger to return it, so that's not a play. Holding up Consign is not the time. I guess I'm gonna Chandler just for the card quality. I am definitely behind here. So I'm looking for removal. I mean, sure. can't really say no. So I'm gonna draw the Brainstorm, bin the, or like flip with Brainstorm, and bin the Murktide, something like that. Yeah, I'm completely naked, so they can chord for something big, they can natural order. Yeah, maybe they have just small creatures. And then we are happy. No blocks. Okay, they have nothing. They have endurance, I think. I think they have endurance. Which I will be able to counter if I Bowmaster first. I'm gonna try looking for a force. That's really what I want here. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I don't want Wasteland. It's kind of mute. 2 lands. I'll bin 2 lands, yeah. And let's get a fresh look. I guess I can attack first. Yep. So, hope they don't have Veil of Summer. And I'm going to force with my Delver. I have plenty of threats. I'm still pretty cold to a big spell from them. But at least now we have aggression. Keen-eyed Curator, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can still attack with Delver, but they can eat my Chandler maybe, like that. And my son is waking. I think, yeah. Alright, I drew a land of my Bauble trigger. And they can play their Keen-eyed. Use it a couple of times. And also in my turn. So if they want, if that's like they only have 2 cards, so it's Keen-eyed and some other card. So yeah, it's gonna be tight. Okay. Cradle. That's an elf. They can make it big to eat here, but in that case they can't play the Keen-eyed. Right. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 mana. What if I just block? I don't hate that. I like this trade. because if I can get in one more attack, that is awesome. They don't play anything. They drew this, right? Huh. Why didn't they play it? I'm gonna have to double check. Huh. I don't understand. But let's attack. If they have endurance, I'll... And I somehow missed something. I did miss something. Okay. I guess when stopping the video and etc. Got me off. Murktide, that's awesome. Okay, I think they should have eaten the Delver, but so be it. So they have a good attack, like good attacks, but yeah. Let's see, this is gonna be tight. I think I need a good draw after the Murktide, but at least it will hold the fort. And be exactly big enough. So now they can't really attack, and they have to rely on endurance to block. Ending. Wow. Okay, that's very good. Can I also draw something as good? Bauble. Okay. Let's Bauble myself. Okay, I don't want that. If I attack, they can just take it and kill me. So, can't have that. Bowmasters, that's good. That is very good. Then I can, in response to them activating at some point, take it out. Or at any time when they don't have 6 mana. I guess, yeah, I should have attacked there. Playing too fast. Should have attacked there. Once upon a time. So I guess I can do it now. They have, am I getting, no, okay, they just took the mana. I feel I need to slow down. Slow down and play tight. Okay, so Keen-Eyed is Does it get trample? Yes, it does. This is tight. Could have played this better, as you can probably hear from my comments. If I just attack with the Murktide, I kind of force them to so this is going to be 8/8 trample or 7/7. It's a problem. It's a problem, but now I can block here. Now I can attack. And it's tough. They maybe they're afraid of bolts. So I have two nomads. Okay. So I need to put 2 creatures. And I do need to draw something, but it can be any instant or sorcery. Sweet. Oh yeah, they can they can I forgot about the key knight keeps on triggering, so I actually really needed this snuff out. That's beautiful. But really funny. That's crazy. What a game. What a game. Didn't play super well in the end. Got bailed out. Yeah. Okay. It was a cool game, so hope you enjoyed. And see you for round 2. Hi, Tue from the future. I just wanted to take a moment to talk once again about this moment. So um, I had the hunch that I couldn't attack, but I hadn't thought through everything kind of consciously. Then I go to the upkeep, and I'm thinking I should have attacked because I can Bowmaster like in the beginning of the turn, but actually that is extremely risky. So it was actually correct to not attack, and ideally I'd have thought everything through. But I feel like it's an example of sometimes your intuition is on point. Sometimes you don't have the time or the energy to think everything through. But if you have a lot of repetition, sometimes that will will save the day. But I think this was like against against a sleepy player, maybe it would work attacking and then having my draw step or my trigger in their upkeep to draw Bowmasters. But if they're awake and I know they're a good player, they smell that it's the card that I saw with Sewers that allowed me to attack, and then I think they just activate Shepherd in the upkeep before I draw a card, and they win. So plenty of small details, but I think kind of the subconscious, the intuition working in my favor was pretty interesting here. Or maybe it's just luck, missing the best play and understanding completely what's going on. But anyway, just wanted to say that. All right, round 2, and I think I'm up against some kind of black-white Texas kind of deck. I'm gonna keep. This is a fine hand. Might need some more removal. Okay. Thoughtseize is fine. Swamp is not wastable. Guess they're gonna take Daze. That'll be strong if they have a Bowmaster. Yeah. Okay, another wasteland that's bad. So I could wait on the Chandler. I mean, it's not that strong. I think I'm gonna just play the Sewers. See if I can find a blue card for my force. And not just be completely... Okay, Swamp Island, wow. Ugh. Okay, well, we play Bowmasters. Let's draw some of those. Well. So they probably, well, no doubt they play Bowmasters. I have 2 card types. This is tough. If I play the Chandler, do I just accept getting Bowmastered? It's a bad attacker. I think I have to just accept. If I wait, do nothing. Well, actually, I think I want to wait and do nothing. Yeah. Let's wait and find some spot where this can... At this point, I think I'm gonna bolt the Strix, and then I'm not far away from having a Chandler with Delirium, at which point their Bowmaster is less good. I still don't want to play it. Actually, just think it's, as long as it's a 1/1, it's not very good anyway. Attacking, playing the waste so they can't just surveil for free. This is not looking good, of course. They play some kind of control, and we are just saying go for infinite turns. But yeah, I think it's better than, okay, they're Esper. Better than just playing into the Bowmaster. Snuff Up doesn't really change anything. Now I can hardcast Force. They could have like a Kaito in hand. And I'm not gonna waste for when I have Force Up. I think that's slightly better. I have a bunch of lands. Funny game, huh? Delver, another card that gets Chandler, sorry, Bowmastered. There are 4 cards. Let's guess Swords, Bowmaster, Force, maybe 2 of some of those cards. Put 1 card on top. Maybe Kaito that they don't want to play for nothing. Okay, so now we have a Bowmaster. I really want to get Delirium before I make a move. Maybe they get impatient. Okay, so guess I'm gonna force their Bowmaster. I'm gonna play this here. These swords, that's fine. So when they swords, I guess that means they don't have Bowmaster. I feel like which is surprising. Brainstorm. Okay. I gotta ask myself, what am I saving my force for? Like Kaito or something. Murktide. Maybe just protecting Murktide. Well, now actually, I think I can overload their like play Chandler pretty freely. Okay, I'm gonna fetch, play Murktide and Chandler afterwards. And if they have a Bowmaster, well, I don't think they have a Bowmaster. I think they would have played it. Okay. So am I wasting, and when? They definitely don't play Daze. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna waste now. But I don't think it does much. But who knows? Like maybe the thing is I want to bottleneck them. And I'm prismatic ending here, that's fine. My game is protecting Murktide. Don't think they have a million answers to it. Okay, they have force, 1 card left. Okay. Yeah. They must play Tamia, right? Thinking about whether the snuff out can do something at some point. That is awesome. Bolt. Don't think I want it. And I'm doing this now because I think they don't have Bowmasters. They would have played differently. I'm trying to pay. Sweet. So I don't want to wait until I can draw it. So one card. What is that card? Could be Kaito, could be a Force. Phelia. Okay. Ah, shit. F6. Stupid me. Stupid me. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah. That's bad. I'm gonna snuff out now. I think there's no reason to wait. Also, because I don't want to let them draw a force of will, basically. But poof, that was bad. Yeah, don't F6 if you have spells. That's a lesson, right? Okay, so I can double spell on my turn, which is pretty decent. They have no cards. I should have had a 1/1 here. Would have been a major difference. Does it do anything to waste? Doesn't really, right? They have one blue. Well, then they only have... No, it doesn't do anything. Okay, let's see. Don't want to lose Delirium. So I can take 2. Well, I'm gonna lose Delirium. And then I'm gonna waste, I guess. Hold up. I'm gonna use Wasteland to play the Murktide instead. Right. And then I can get Delirium next turn. Sorry if I'm thinking slowly here. Guess it's just better to do it like this. It's the same deal. I can't I'm gonna take a land, I guess. Sorry. I am a bit tired. Let's focus and win this game. And not F6 when we have snuff out. Okay, looking for that Bowmaster or Strix. They have a lot of awesome draws here. And force. I think I just want to attack 1 on Teferi. It's kind of risky, but I want them to be potentially dead with the Murktide. And Teferi ticking up doesn't really do anything. Okay, they haven't conceded yet. Okay, that's pretty strong. They draw Brainstorm. Let's see if we can draw something to do more than just attack to fairy. Bauble is cool. Brainstorm. So I think I should just attack Teferi so I can draw blue cards. And have force up. Could also just, yeah, feel like I should just do it like this. Actually, if I play the Murktide, I have no defense. They can Bowmaster here, and like I think it's better just waiting. Now I can play the Murktide next turn. Yeah, I like this. This game would have been much easier with a 1/1 token. But yeah, bad Magic Online habits would never happen in paper, of course. But that's the details of each type of play. That is not okay. I have 2 cards. This is a tough matchup, by the way. I don't want that for sure. They force. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now my bolt's alive, at least. But so is now their Bowmaster on my Delver. Well, it's pretty cool having bolt live when I'm at 19. For sure. Can't complain about that. I can complain to myself about not playing completely tight, which I will. Okay, that is awesome. Now I'm gonna play this in their upkeep. If they force, they have to hardcast and then they are losing to Delver. Sweet. Getting bailed out a bit. You have to play like some games you can win without playing tight, but games like this you have to play completely tight. Esper, Strix. I assume they play Kaito and Bowmasters, of course. Kaito's not for sure, but I think it's very likely. Temios, we didn't see Temios, but I assume they have them. Didn't see Murktide, I believe. They might not have the space. Anyway, I'm not prioritizing Spellbomb. Snuff Out, from what we've seen, is bad, so I guess it's... Oh yeah, Phelia. They have Phelia Riddler, maybe. They must have... I'm gonna keep Snuff Out then, I think. Daze is not awesome. Phelia Riddler, so that's... Parablast on Riddler is gonna be clutch. Bolt on Bowmaster and Phelia. They had a lot of basics, but could go down some wastelands for a force of negation. Maybe Molten Collapse. They have Teferis. Plenty of Teferis. Yeah. I don't hate that. On the draw. Maybe bad. Might be bad. Better as a Daze on the play for sure. I think I'm playing 4 Days on the play. Yeah, this is a great matchup for Pyroblast for sure. Phelia, Riddler. Yeah, it might not have the space for Kaito. Neither Kaito nor Murktide. Gonna keep. Don't mind pitching Murktide for force pretty early. But it is tough. Okay, they mulligan. That's a big help because it is all about the grind. But yeah, once again, the question becomes, when do I play the Chandler? Do I wait until it's delirious? Or not? Since they mulligan, I mean, they're gonna prioritize having... Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna play Volcanic so I can counter their Strix. And then maybe play Chandler turn 2, probably. This is definitely telegraphing Pyroblast, but who knows how they play. They do fetch, they change their mind, it would seem. That, like, they were passing and then... okay. Brainstorm. Sure. I want to Pyroblast their Strix, not their Brainstorm. It's going to be a long game. So, yeah. No Thoughtseize, maybe. Okay, that's sweet. How do I play this? I think I'm just gonna ponder. Maybe this is too playing too careful. Yeah, I think that's playing too careful. I'm gonna play Chandler Bauble Ponder and accept that I don't have Pyroblast up, and maybe I'll just force a Strix. Yeah. I use the Bauble to have some precision in what I put in the bin. Okay, so it'll be a bolt. That's sweet. a land. So now my Delver is my pitch. Wonder if they bought out Force of Will here, or if they feel it's necessary. I mean, they're set up in the main deck against my deck. I don't think they have a bunch of Tamiyo. That's fine. Play a land and bold it. Don't think they have a bunch of sideboard cards to improve the matchup. Murktide. I mean, that is not bad, right? Then maybe Murktide is my... Nah. Yeah. It's tough. I don't want to play Delver. I don't want to play into Bowmaster. But I could play Murktide and hold up Force, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the same Bowmaster issue. They have 4 cards. Yeah, I think I should be aggressive actually. But in that, yeah, sorry, it's just, there's a lot of choices. I could also, if I want to play Murktide and shrink my Dragon Rage Channeler, then I open myself up to Bowmaster. So that's kind of the same thing as playing Delver. I open myself up to Bowmaster. But do I want to force a Bowmaster, or do I want to ignore it? I think I want to force it, actually. Yeah. Okay, changed my mind. Because shrinking Channeler is such a shame. So now I keep up 2 pieces of interaction. I have the same vulnerability to Bowmaster as if I play Murktide. I think that's better. Like forced with backup. But it's tough. Okay. That's a good way to clear my hand. Rest in peace. Wow. That's pretty strong, I must say. Please flip. Sweet. And I have a Surveil somewhere. Now their Bowmasters are very good. And the plows. Yep. They have 2 cards. I feel like I need to find some gas, so I wanna start by surveilling, and maybe if I don't hit, that's awesome. Okay, now I can kind of beat a lot of things, but I'm just gonna say okay to this. Yeah, I'm just gonna say okay to this. My Daze is looking pretty darn bad. Quantum Ritter is gone. It's gonna be tough getting over the finish line. Okay, that's sweet. Maybe my Daze will do something. I have plenty of 2-drops in their deck. Sweet. I can pretty safely play this Ponder. Well, that's awesome. Delver's Daze afterwards. But I feel like the game is over now. Yeah, awesome. Okay, pretty sweet to win against Control. See you for the next round. All right, round 3. Some days have passed. For me, it's early morning. I think you can see from my hair that I kind of just woke up. But I had breakfast as well, and my son is sleeping, and I won the die roll. So that's awesome. I think my opponent might be playing Naya Initiative. That's what their history tells me. And I mean, this is okay, but I'm looking for a force of will with my Ponder. This is, of course, not awesome, but it's like Bowmasters is good at taking the initiative and like, yeah. Oops, that's a Chancellor revealed. That's scary. That's pretty aggressive, huh? What do I want to do about that? Maybe just let the spellbomb die. I think that's the plan. That's the kind of bad card here. And I can't hope to like pay for that Chancellor trigger. I don't think that's realistic. I wanna get going. So is this Chalice? Okay. Scary, scary. Well, Wasteland and Bowmasters, that's my active cards. Better than nothing. Okay. I'm gonna start with a Wasteland. This is tough. I need to draw some Murktides, Forces, Molten Collapse, Snuff Out. Okay. So, I mean, on the battlefield, Bowmasters is not very good. Force of Will is probably bad because they have the Cavern. So I feel like I need a Murktide to realistically be able to win the game here. Okay, they have something scary. Yep. That is scary. If I can draw a Snuff Out, then I'm happy. But yeah, if I had a 1-drop, turn 1, Oh yeah, they had the Chancellor. It's a tough game. Tough game to like. I needed a force or something beyond just playing a card into the Chancellor. Murktide, awesome. Okay, now we have a plan, and the plan is to dump stuff into the graveyard. I'm gonna dump the Chandler and the Ponder, and well, I have to think because getting 2 Ponders in the graveyard is better for Murktide. But then I can't force anything. They might have something that's not a human. Mm, I can get the initiative. Hmm. Don't have a basic. Don't have the basic. Hmm. But at least they won't get to forge in the upkeep. And maybe I'll get a creature in the yard. I think it's okay just attacking because this is not really doing much. Yeah, I think it's okay. Would have been nice to have a basic, then I could probably, he would block the Bowmasters maybe. And then I could play a small Murktide. So yeah, do I want a 5/5 Murktide guaranteed next turn, or maybe just a 4/4? Like theoretically, I can force anything, but I think I want to be. I think I want this force actually to protect from a swords, protect my Murktide with the swords. I think that's the plan. Um, I think the Chandler was not necessary, but yeah, I the math changed when the Bowmasters got into the graveyard. But yeah, I also don't think it matters keeping it in hand. But I mean, everything matters, right? So I'm dead in a couple of turns. It's gonna be tough. I need removal, I think. If I can force something here. I can't. Wow. Okay. Then it's game over. Now, that's well, yeah, it's completely game over. I have no live cards against Magus and Chalice. Okay. Okay, tough start to the morning. Molten Collapse for sure. Hmm. They play red cards, so this is a consideration. Consign is a consideration. Um, Countering the initiative trigger. Just gonna put it here. I feel it's pretty bad, but yeah, it's a card. I like removal. Snuff. Sorry, Bowmasters is bad. It's really, yeah, it's not what I want to be doing for sure. Hmm. I guess it's a blue card for force. Should I play Force of Negation instead? For the chalice, maybe. I think maybe on the draw I'm gonna do that, but not on the play. I mean, consign counters chalice as well on the play, so yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, I mean, in general, I like this matchup, but they can definitely have draws that are tough to beat. I like that one. That was really impressive. Chancellor, but that, yeah, they have a high, um, low floor, high ceiling kind of deck. Okay, awesome. So which one drop do I want to start with? I think Chandler, for several reasons. I have cantrips and I have force, so Delver might, in theory, be the blue card for force. But there's a good chance that I want to play it turn 2 because I want to attack fast. So the mulliganing, I mean, that's probably a usual day at the office mulliganing. With a deck like that, it's normal. Lotus Petal, okay. And a Spirit Guide, wow. Well, what am I gonna pitch? I think the Brainstorm, because I get closer to Delirium. Then I'll Delver Ponder next turn, probably. Don't want that. They spent 2 cards extra getting that out. That is pretty sweet for me, but also very usual. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna Chandler Ponder, maybe find a force to pair with my Delver. Yeah, it adds the chance of, or it ups the chance of a Delirium and Daze. Daze is probably pretty good. Okay, they had enough. They didn't have any more gas, I guess. Well, this is going pretty quickly. So, really need to consider. I think it's a pretty big and important choice: consign versus force of negation. Like, their best hands involve turn 1 chalice and cavern something, and kind of consign deals with the cavern in the sense that now they don't have the initiative. But maybe the initiative in itself is not the biggest issue because I play creatures. I can take it back. What I need to be able to do is destroy the creature and just attack with 1-drops. And part of that is them not having chalice. So I have these 4 cards that can destroy the bigger creatures, but they also play some smaller ones like Magus of the Moon, where I have bolts. Hydroblast is, I think, fine. Yeah, I like this. And in general, I like playing this matchup. It used to be a big deck. Of course, there was Initiative Winter when we had the 3-drop, which is banned. What's the name? I don't remember, but you know what I mean. Actually, that was a point in time where I started playing Snuff Out because it was so good. So you can play like turn 1 Delver and Snuff Out their creature. That's ideal. Okay, this hand is not ideal. Let's see if they have a good 7. They do. Okay. It's a keep. I guess I'm getting rid of... The thing is, Molten Collapse is an answer to Chalice, but I don't have the second land. I actually think that I'm gonna bin the Force of Negation, because if they have a Chalice, sure, I might be so far behind, but that maybe I can have a situation where I get rid of a creature and their Chalice with Molten Collapse, and then I'm back in the game. But if I force, and I have so few cards, that that it's tough winning. They have a Chancellor, okay. Sad face. Well, that would beat my Force of Negation. Okay, so now I can just throw a bolt into both of these triggers. A bolt or something else. I can wait with that decision. Bolt or Brainstorm, I guess. Okay, so I need them to not have a strong play now. And I need to have a land on top, basically. And then I'm pretty happy. Wow, okay. I mean, I have the answer, but the thing is, I can't get rid of the Chalice with Molten Collapse. So I feel like this is game over, actually. Right? Let me just... I'm pretty sure I have no... Yeah, Molten Collapse is my answer to Chalice. Bold is my answer to Magus, but this is just a hard luck. Okay, that's a quick one. That's how it goes. See you for next round. And next round is now. I won the die roll once again. Okay, it's very serviceable hand. To remember that my Surveil is Undercity Sewers in this build, but that's looking fine. Then I can theoretically Surveil and snuff out something before seeing other lands. Or like if I draw a Wasteland, I can play Bowmasters, so on, so on. Chalice. Aha. Well, guess I'm brainstorming. And I'm brainstorming with Underground Sea. Okay. Well, I guess I won't be too far from playing Emertide. Have to get rid of one of these 1-drops. Maybe just get rid of it with my Undercity Sewers trigger. I mean, the Bolt, I guess. Okay. I checked out their history, by the way, but they didn't have a result for a couple of years. But their last result was some kind of artifact stompy deck, like 8-cast kind of deck. Okay, gonna see my... They have more plays. Chalice on 1. Like Bowmasters is good against if they have a bunch of baubles. Okay, yeah. So this is I think this is the deck that won, like just putting 2 and 2 together. I think this is the deck that won the Super IQ last night, which looks really good. Has the Patrick uh, Automaton, I think is the name, and this one, and 4 Kappa Cannoneer. And I was thinking, I hope I'm not paired into this because I don't have any meltdowns, but let's see how it goes. Molten Collapse is also pretty good, but I think they're quite strong at presenting threats that are better than what Molten Collapse can can salvage, either making a lot of small creatures, or Kappa Cannoneer, or the Patchwork, which has hexproof, what's the name, Ward 2 or something, 2 or 3, ward a lot. Yeah, I think this is really a deck where I think it looks very good. I think they play Force of Will as well, and okay, so it's not exactly that list because the list from the Super IQ doesn't play Thoughtcast. Then my Bowmasters will be a bit better. At least if I draw nothing else, I can play the Bowmasters. Maybe I'll have it. Okay, more drawing. Okay, nothing else. Like it's it's quite likely they have a Force of Will. Okay. So when do I time? I think I'm gonna wait on the Bowmasters. They don't have instant speed draw. But it's probably on their radar with this mana. Okay. Yeah, so at least I can get rid of one of the 1/1s. I would have liked to force this. Maybe I can actually just snuff out now, and then it's worth it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That is decent. Hope they don't have a Kappa Cannoneer. But if they don't have a Kappa Cannoneer this turn, I feel like we can get there between Bowmasters and Murktide. All that depends on them not forcing, of course. Now they can hardcast force. Okay, I didn't think about that. Let's see what happens when I play the Bowmaster. I mean, maybe it's a bit greedy, but I was hoping that I could get them on a Thoughtcast effect with the Bowmasters. Okay. So I don't think there's. I think I'm gonna. Should I fetch and keep something? I have a better shot at Delirium. I don't think it matters. Don't. Well, if I draw Molten Collapse next turn, I guess it matters. But the damage can also matter. So I think what I'm afraid of is Kappa Cannoneer more than anything else. And basically, it's a race. Regardless, they're winning with combat damage. So I'm afraid of the race. Okay, they have Hardcast Force of Will. They just didn't want to fight over the Bowmasters. But I mean, Bowmasters is maybe good enough with them having Ancient Tombs and plenty of draw spells in their deck. Well, I mean, I'm optimistic here, and already now it's not good enough. Need to draw something. Sweet. It's something. It's not a. It's not maybe enough, but so should I play around them forcing once again, or should I get one extra damage? Hmm. When they're not playing spells, it's probably the draw spells of Force of Wills. I attack, they go to 8 or 6 if I play Bowmasters and it resolves. Um, hmm. The thing is, from then on, I can't really attack. I think I have to. Guess I have to hope they don't have anything, and at least I think I just need to squeeze in the damage because I don't feel like I'm winning by just putting down some blockers. Like they're gonna make some huge attackers. Yeah, I really need Molten Collapse. Also a reason to keeping the fetch, so I can activate I'll get my descent activated. So I can squeeze in. How are they gonna block? It's tough. I don't think it's time to just suicide. Put them to 3. I think it's better to at least make it so they can't play draw spells. And they can only attack with one creature, unless they have a Shadow Spear in the deck. But yeah, if this deck that won the Super IQ is gonna pick up some steam, then Meltdown is a needed sideboard card, I think. So much crypts. Okay, that's the best they can find. Very surprising. So, how am I winning? If I draw Molten Collapse now, I guess I can win. I can just jump next turn. Bowmasters. Interesting. Okay, so I can, if I attack, where are they gonna block? I think they're gonna block the big one. If they don't block, they die. Okay. There's no reason to play my Bowmasters, but I will do it. I guess before they get a draw step. So I'm forced to double block, and that's probably good enough for them. Because I don't have any more Bowmasters to draw. I can draw once again Molten Collapse. Okay, that won't do it. Okay, so it's kind of 8 casts, classic 8 casts. I like Pyroblasts and Molten Collapses. I kind of like Bowmasters. They draw a lot of cards. And consigns and forces. They're all interesting. They might not have a lot of colorless spells that are worth countering, but there's also the Saga triggers. Daze is pretty bad against them. Snuff Out is okay, I think. I assume they play Emery, maybe Tamio. Bolt is fine. Might be one too many. I'm on the play. I don't really like Force of Negation on the play. I think I'm okay playing some consigns. Is it good enough to play one more, though? That's the question. It's like their key spells is the Pinnacle Emissary. I'm really not sure. I could shave. Maybe 4 Bowmasters is too much, but I feel like it can kind of lock them out. I'm just gonna try it like this. I didn't see much that makes consign like a slam dunk inclusion. Okay, I'm gonna keep. I have a Murktide, it's just gonna take some time. I have Wasteland for Saga. I have a Bolt for their threats. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. Sorry about that. I can surveil, which is nice. I don't assume I have to. Sorry, I have a toad in my throat. I don't assume Bolt is a necessary turn 1 play. Snuff Out should be able to do the same things. I'm, of course, weak to at turn 1 Chalice. Steam Vents, okay. This is going to be the Emissary. Shadow Spear just, okay. Nice. And a Bauble. So let's find Collapse or a 1-drop. 1-drop would be awesome. Delver in that case. Awesome. So there is a question of, like, it's tempting to Wasteland here, and I might do that, but I have to really think if it's worth it. They play Steam Vents. I mean, they can have Saga afterwards and then just play it a bit later to, but the fact Steam Vent is kind of weak, right? Steam Vents, they play 4 Volcanic, 1 Steam Vents. But there's there's an argument for just getting some velocity. I think I want to do that actually. I get faster to Murktide, and I can snuff out and bolt the tokens if they have a Saga. Okay, yeah, their lands are not awesome. They can still be sandbagging a Saga and waiting for it to be good. Okay, that gives me a play. At least this turn. And I actually think I'm gonna... Let's see what they do. I think I'm just gonna play it in the upkeep. Because I know I'm gonna do it anyway, and it makes it more like less of a risk that they draw a Force of Will. Okay, here's the Saga. And I think my son is hungry. 1 sec. Alright, I'm back. So they have mana enough to... Affinity for artifacts flying. Okay, well, we can snuff out that. One more, that's scary. That is scary. Sweet. That is awesome. So now I can get rid of both. And is that what we're gonna do? Like, the Shadow Spear is really scary. So I can also... actually, I need to check out if the token going to the graveyard activates Descend. It's something I wanted to check out, but I haven't taken the time. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, it does not. The token dying will not trigger Descent. So I think this game is pretty much about Shadow Spear, actually. I want to snuff out one of these and attack with Delver and the token, and just accept that they're gonna eat my Delver, but I'm gonna eat their Shadow Spear and their Memory Guardian, and it's kind of... I'm trading Delver for Shadow Spear in a sense. I think that's okay. I think I can lose this game mostly to them having Shadow Spear. Maybe this is a bit... This is not intuitive. Let's see how they play. Okay. Wow. Okay, they play like that. Then I'm just gonna bolt. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, then I'll just collapse on another turn. Interesting. Like, maybe we both, I don't know, thought too much. They're playing another Mox Opal. Okay, I think they they made some mistakes and they just conceded for some reason really quickly. That can happen. That can happen. But just on that turn, that was pretty interesting. That turn. I was completely sure they would block Delver. I guess they're afraid of Bowmasters. That trade. They're playing around Bowmasters by blocking like that. But I still think they should eat my Delver when they have a chance. I don't think they played around Modern Collapse, but maybe. Who knows? Okay, interesting. I think that is worth more discussion. That turn, the ways to play it, but we also have to keep playing here. Does it change on the draw? The chalice is scary, more scary now. They play these 3/4 flyers. They're not that scary since I have 4 answers to them. I feel like Consign is not where I'm at. Force of Negation is basically just for chalice. I think that's okay. I think it's okay. But I'm not very happy about it. Okay, so here we are, Delver, Wastelands, and a force to protect it. So that's good. But if they have just a hand that produces 3/4 flyers, then it's not awesome. When I have 2 Wastelands, I once again might waste something that's not a saga. But it is only in specific situations that I play like that. So they play just Tomb. Why did they play? They mulliganed, by the way. Huh. What does that mean? I feel like I want to waste. I feel like I want to waste. If they had a Saga, they would have played Saga first and Tomb afterwards. And maybe they're building towards something like the 3/4 where they don't have enough artifacts to make it really cheap. Okay, well, same deal, but I'm not gonna waste the second one. Gonna play the Chandler, I think. Yeah. Chandler will help me get to Murktide. Murktide is sweet if they have those 3/4s. Yeah. Is it the Emissary? Yep. Nothing to do about that. This might be very bad for me. Depends on how many. If they make 4 1/1s, it's pretty tough to beat. And here's the 3/4. Yep. Okay. I'm happy it stopped. This is beatable. I don't want to be attacking, so I'm gonna go to the second main before I cast my spells. Like my game plan is Murktide for sure. I don't hate getting a Delver in play, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Murktide next turn is easily achievable. But I think it's nice getting a Delver because then I just need to find like a Pyroblast or something for this, and then we have a game. Ponder is gonna be the most important card here to get in the graveyard this turn. Chandler in the bin is fine. Yeah, that's perfect. I want the Pyroblast, not really the Bolt. And then I think I'm just gonna Am I just playing the Delver? I mean, I can play the Murktide regardless next turn, but I won't necessarily be able to Pyroblast. I think I'm just gonna hold up Pyroblast so I can play Murktide. Is that the way to play? If I don't draw a land, yeah, I'm gonna prioritize that. It's a bit awkward that that forces me to fetch a volcanic, but I think that's okay. I can waste their saga, which is sweet. I don't want this, but I like it in the graveyard. They have a force, okay. That is sweet that I can force of negation here. I'm gonna bin the Delver, I don't need more threats. And I don't need a Bauble, no. So now they are hellbent, and I feel like I have all the advantages available. Get rid of the saga. I want to take the risk of them drawing another saga. I could take the tomb and kind of bank on them losing all of their lands, but that's a risk we don't need to take here. And what am I removing? I don't want to. I can get rid of instants, all instants, but not the ponder. Well, yeah, the ponder as well because I have land, artifact, creature. Okay. Now they need, I don't know what they need. Yeah, it's over. Okay, that was short and sweet once again. Thanks for watching and see you for the last round. All right, last round. Let's see if we can get that 4-1. My opponent played Dimir Tempo the last time. They had a result. But I won't think too much about that. This is not a good hand, I must say. This is not a good hand, but I'm not gonna mulligan because I believe in the brainstorms and the ponders of my deck. At least I'm not necessarily dying right away. Timio. That's scary, I must say. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and accept getting dazed here. Okay, well, so far so good. Now, next issue is my Delver getting Bowmastered. They could be on Reanimator, of course. Thing is, if I play my Delver now, it's gonna incite them to play the Bowmaster, and then even my Brainstorm is locked down, which is really bad. How scared should I be? I think I shouldn't be too scared, but it's super close. It's super close. Like it's obviously much better getting my Delver in play if they don't have the Bowmaster. Okay, nice. So this is a Bowmaster matchup, but I dodged a bullet once again, I feel like. I have plenty of land, so them wastelanding is not a problem. If I can flip, no, okay, but that's a good card. So when am I timing this Brainstorm? I think I'm timing it right now. Actually. Well, yeah. I don't think they have the Bowmaster yet, but I want to ensure I can flip. That means that I'm doing this before it's my turn. So I might as well do it now, so they don't draw a Bowmaster and punish me. Okay. Gonna hide Volcanic and Brainstorm on top. That's decent. Now, Nethergoyf is definitely potentially a problem, in the sense that I'll be unable to bold it at some point. But maybe I can just, if it becomes a race, I can jump block with a Bowmaster token or something. Okay. This is really fine by me. Okay. So now, I think I'm just gonna fetch. Since I have a land on top, I'm gonna flip with Brainstorm, then I'm gonna fetch Volcanic, play Delver. Now they just Brainstorm, so maybe they have maybe they have the Bowmaster now, but then at least I can Bowmaster their Bowmaster. And they might not have the second land. They've already gone through several wastelands, etc. Well, who knows, but I think they didn't have the Bowmaster before, so they need to find Bowmaster and land, maybe, off that Brainstorm to have it all. They have a Surveil. That's great for me. Now I should start worrying about Kaito and Murktide from their deck as well. And I should think about when I play this Brainstorm. I don't hate playing it now. I think getting these out of Bowmaster range is really, really clutch. And getting my Brainstorm underneath their Bowmaster is clutch. So if they Daze, so be it. They push, okay. Okay, hiding. Guess I'm playing a Volcanic. Hiding the sea. Yeah. Not an awesome set of cards I have to work with here. I'm definitely behind in this race. Just drawing land. Bowmaster buys me a turn or two blocking, but I think I need some help after drawing that underground sea. Okay, so they don't have Kaito. They have Murktide? Whoops. Whoops. I guess I just say go and hope they brainstorm into my suspicious mana. I'm definitely not a favorite to win this game. They can put just an instant in the graveyard, like just maybe I want to incentivize them to put a brainstorm on the stack. Just try and block. I'm gonna do that. See what happens. A trade is fine. Oh, they do have... No, okay. Maybe not. Well, I'm not gonna just sit on my hands here, even though it's not doing much playing Bowmasters. I need a good draw step to stay alive. Okay, well, let's try it. Okay, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Huh, okay, so... I guess... I don't know if... like, ideally, I want to get rid of a bad card, but I also kind of have to... Like, I lose the game if my plan here doesn't go through, either collapsing or murktiding. I can't do both. They can have petty theft. They can even have Daze. So maybe what I do is I play around Daze, and at the same time I get rid of a bad card by putting Volcanic and Force on top. Because if I just want to collapse, then I'm playing into Daze. And then I'm forcing, I have nothing, I draw a bad card. I think that's not good enough. And then second question is to play around petty theft, or do I establish a clock? They could definitely have petty theft. They could have Daze. They could have Force. I feel slightly better playing Murktide. But it's... So what if I want to play around petty thefts, I Molten Collapse. I'm still facing down Nether Goyf. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Murktide and remember to fetch. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. Well, in a sense, but like I could have played differently. Have Force backup, Molten Collapse, Force, but then they attack. I draw a fetch, etc. As I talked about, so I'm fine. I'm fine playing like this, even with the results. Okay, this matchup, one of the tougher matchups. in the metagame. Yeah. I like spell bombs, definitely. I don't like forces. I'm on the play. It's not how it is. It's okay. They have Tamios and Murktides, and that's it. But I think it's good enough because it's a high quality interaction. I could just shave a Daze. I could also shave a Wasteland. Because they'll be going for basics. I actually like that. All right. See if we can get underneath the slightly bigger, slightly more stable, but basics is not always an advantage. That's a good keep because sometimes you sit on island and you have fatal pushes and thought ceases to play, and sometimes you have that swamp and you want to double cantrip. It's a different kind of risk playing basics. A mulligan once. If you hear someone snoring, it's not me. I'm awake and hoping to grind my way to a 4-1. Wow, they force. Don't mind that. Might be a good play, but that means they're down yet another card. Keeping in force in this matchup, well, I don't think it's a good idea. But we'll see. Maybe it will bring them the tempo they need. Let's ponder. Yeah, it's a surprising play. Another Chandler, a blast. Oh, that's fine. Gonna hide the Chandler. Now I just need a Brainstorm in the bin, and then I have Delirium. That's awesome. What's this? Okay. See if I get an instant in the bin for free. Kaito is a really good card out of their deck. I guess as one of the differences. So do I want to dig to that Pyroblast? Not really. I think it's fine just playing my Chandler and a Ponder. I think a Bolt is better. Finding a Bolt is better here. With that swamp, they're a bit far away from Murktide. So that means Tamio and Bowmaster I can Bolt. Okay, nice. Keeping that and don't mind Daze's. Don't mind a spell bomb actually. I guess I'll put it like that. So I can Brainstorm into the Bolt if I need to, but otherwise playing the spell bomb. This Wasteland I'd like to get rid of with my Brainstorm. Edict? Okay, well, I'm dazing that. Dazing that. Now my spell bomb, do I get rid of that? I don't think so. I think it's good. I think it's very good. They concede. Wow. Okay, I'm astonished. Very astonished. Huh. That was extremely early to concede. I'll take it. So what if we learn from their playing? They had forces on the draw. They might switch that up. Hmm. I am not a fan of 4 days on the draw. I think actually, that I'm gonna take a land to be able to pay for their days, even though I don't plan on wasting them so much. But just playing around their days, which I'm sure they have on their when they're on the play, is decent. Better than the 4th days. Huh. Okay, that's a mulligan. And that's a keep. Getting rid of the Murktide. So the scary Delver on the play against a Bowmaster deck. At least I have a Bowmaster to tag their Bowmaster. And is this just the game we're playing? Or am I playing a spell bomb? I think I'm just playing the Delver. But it's close. It's close. If I had a Daze, I'd be more happy to do this Delver Bowmaster play. Um, to kind of ensure that I get the exchange I want. Maybe that's a reason for keeping in the 4 days. So now if they have the days, of course, the second Bowmaster, then we are sad faced. I'm playing this now so they can't cantrip in response. They have the days. Okay. Sad all the way around. And my Murktide is very small, as it looks. Even my son is crying how this is going. He's sleeping, but he's making some small crying sounds. I understand. I'm sad as well. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and things are looking grim. What I can do is find my mouse. Where's my mouse? here's my mouse. What I can do is just play 2 Delvers and hope that's a good thing. They might not have more Bowmasters. And see if that can get me anywhere. But it's not looking good. So I could have played it safe and played the Spellbomb instead of the Delver. Played it slow. And I really, as you could see, I really don't know if that is generally a better play. They don't want to trade, I understand. Okay, so they don't have Kaito. They have Murktide. Do have an answer. But I was hoping that my Spellbomb, well, I didn't want to draw a card, and I was just hoping that they didn't have the blue and the Murktide this turn. That's not a flippy. So I'm just gonna Molten Collapse the dragon to not get beat down too hard. See if they have more Dazes. Then I think the game is over. Yeah, it's a tough matchup. They have kind of the better they get the better exchanges. I'm gonna try and make a trade here. They won't take it, of course. Like theoretically, if they have nothing and I can flip, then we have still some kind of game. Chandler, Spellbound, Trigger, not too far away from Delirium. But yeah, they won't have nothing when they ponder. That's kind of the guarantee already. They don't shuffle. Okay, that's fine. What are they taking? Chandler? Yeah. Okay, that's nice. They have a push. They're waiting, thinking. So what's my timing here? I want to draw a card with that Spellbomb, but I think getting rid of the Bowmaster is the most important thing. I'm gonna do that now, and then play a Spellbomb, which they're welcome to Daze. Could also, but yeah, I don't think they have another Murktide. They would have played it last turn. Yeah, they could have played it last turn. Okay, so here's the push. So I mean, it's kind of at parity, right? I want to get this card from the Spellbomb. Hearse, that's rough. That's definitely rough. Now my Murktide is not live. Okay, and Chandler will not be good. Huh. I'm gonna see if I can get a card. Okay. I mean, it's something. Still extremely soft and Bowmasters. They Daze, okay. At least they have nothing. They have a land. And if I can chain together cantrip fetch, maybe I can play this Murktide. Brainstorm is good, but let's see if they fire it off right away. I guess makes sense. They have a land to get rid of that they just put to hand with Daze. There's now. Okay. Guess why not now? They have to do it before it's my turn. They find something sweet, it looks like. Tempo. Okay, that's fine. So if I draw a fetch, I can play Murktide. Okay. Well, there's not really much of a choice here. I think I just have to accept that Murktide is not happening. It's really sad. Because I felt like I was too far behind in this game to be able to actually win it, and then I came extremely close. I'm still close, of course. Okay, Bowmasters is okay. Yeah, so this is a Surveil. To play the collapse now. I think so. Now I have to. Oh yeah, they could have. The thing is now they can crew here, so I'm actually almost dead if I don't take the token, which is really sad. Really sad. So how am I beating this hearse? I don't have answers. They're still afraid of the Murktide. And they still have it under control. Yeah, I'm super weak to hearse actually in this build. Molten Collapse is not a perfect card, it's just a very good card. So there are ways for me to get to Murktide here. Small Murktide, but I'm gonna Surveil, even though I miss out on red. It has to go to the bin, which is fine by me, I guess. Okay. Yep. That's life. That's life. Yeah, hers was really extremely good. I think had that been just a spell bomb, I might have been able to work my way through it. Okay, that gives me not enough. That gives me not enough. What's the timing on this one? Upkeep. Yeah. They have plenty of cards. So how am I gaining traction? Because Chandler is bad. Yeah, I don't I don't see much of a path to victory here. Let's try that. But just whatever. Click some cards and get closer to my destiny. Murktide. Well, at least I can prevent that, it would seem, for a moment. So close to being able to play this Murktide anyway. Wow, it's kind of painful. Just kind of painful. Here's the Murktide. And then I'm dead if they attack. And of course they attack, right? No, they don't attack. Okay. Thanks for watching and see you for the closing thoughts. All right, closing thoughts. I really enjoy playing Bowmasters. This is almost always true. Snuff Out as well, and I think both of those cards showed their value in some of these games. Molten Collapse as well. I really enjoy Grixis at the moment. It's like one can easily argue that Dimir Tempo is maybe the more sensible choice, seen from some perspectives. You get some more stable mana and a lot of the same cards, but Chandler Bolt Pyroblast I think is just awesome upgrades, and Collapse as well, even though you can also splash Collapse in Dimir. So I wanna stick to Grixis when I'm tryharding these days, and we just had a weekend with two big tournaments and the Super IQ Legacy qualifier for the RC. I think that's what you win if you win the Legacy IQ. But I haven't checked because I didn't play. But I did notice the results, and that was Saturday, and Sunday you had the showcase. And I'm going to show you the the metagame of the at the top tables of the showcase. And so Mystic Forge took it down, but you had um, a lot of this new deck, which is not really blue-red, but it's basically mono-blue aggressive artifacts, and that's the deck that I'll put up here that won on Saturday. and it's actually more or less the deck we played against in round 4, I believe. Although we played against a older version with Thoughtcast and Chalice, and this version is more aggressive, and it put 5 copies, I believe, in the first 20 decks. So probably an awesome conversion rate, but I don't know how many people registered with the deck. So I think it's kind of the new hot sauce in Legacy, and it's important to be able to beat it. And I think we have a great chance of doing that consistently with Grixis. It's a deck that is really aggressive with Patchwork Automaton or Pinnacle Emissary turn 1. I think that's kind of the plan, and then as fast as possible, put down these affinity creatures. Kind of affinity, but yeah, Memory Guardian, the 3/4 flyer, and the awesome turtle Kappa Cannoneer. And basically, this is a deck where Red Blast is really good, and of course also Meltdown. Um, they play Saga, they play Mox Opal, Seed of the Synods, and all of these flyers they make with Pinnacle Emissary we can take with Meltdown. So I think Meltdown is almost crucial if you want to beat this consistently. But also the blasts for Kappa Cannoneer is the best way to answer a card like that. And it's awesome at removing Memory Guardian so we can attack. Like this deck is very well set up to beat flyers and go wide. It's an awesome deck. I think it looks sweet. It doesn't play Chalice, which is an important detail. Maybe that'll change. But so that's the new deck. And then we didn't have a lot of Reanimator, like 3 in the first 20. But on Saturday there was plenty of Reanimator, so I think it's still very much here. But yeah, of note that this new artifact deck plays 2 Tomat script in the main, which is pretty cool. So this is what I play, but I've already built what I think is what I'd like to try next up. Maybe I'll have the time to run it in a league before I make a video, but basically the same fundamentals, but I'm making some space. I want to make some space in the sideboard and move the 4th Orcish Bowmasters to the main because it looks awesome in the metagame. It's also a metagame with a bunch of Izzet, Cutter, Delver Cutter. So just like it hurts for me to play against Bowmasters, I want to put the hurt on my opponent's Delvers. And so that's the only change in the main I want to make. And then in the sideboard, I have a bunch of changes. So I want to try, once again, putting my enemy number 1 in my deck. Basically playing the best decks from Blue-Black Tempo, Dimir Tempo, meaning Bowmasters and Bergoyf in the Tempo mirrors. And to make that possible, I want a 20th land. This could be also like Bujuga Bog. It could be a basic island. If I played Hydroblast, it would make sense against the Blood Moons. But now I'm choosing to play 2 Meltdowns. So Sanctuary with Meltdown and Molten Collapse I think is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet in those matchups, and it's also just a force of will, and it can easily upgrade a land in many matchups. So with this setup, like it's pretty obvious what I want to do against the artifact deck, Pyroblast and this, but also I think 1 or 2 Barragoyfs is sweet because at the end of the day they're an aggressive deck without removal really, and Barragoyf I think trumps everything in their deck except for Kappa Cannoneer basically. And very big Saga tokens. So that's kind of maybe like this sideboard, but I won't go into details just yet. And against Izzet, these are the 8 cards, and against Dimir, like that. and against Reanimator, well, like the usual. And then I'm playing without consigns, and hoping that Force of Negation and Collapse Meltdown can kind of make it work against Mystic Forge. And yeah, that's my thoughts for the coming week. Thanks for watching, and see you in a week.